Hello YouTube, Jeff Steele here. This is your part 25 update on the current ammo and firearm shortages in the US as well as other local news updates. So Christmas Eve, this past Christmas Eve, I was in Academy and Walmart, and I will upload pictures at the end of this video so I have proof of what I saw with my eyes. This is in the North Georgia area. Almost all ammunition from the Academy store was wiped out. They had a little cart which had about 2 boxes of, I think, 410 and 28 gauge shells left, and they had signs everywhere which I've not seen until this trip, noting there is a 3-box limit per customer. Outside of that, there was just nothing in stock. Tons of people in the section shopping, but nothing to be had. As far as firearm inventory, they had a few long rifle, bolt action, and long hunting shotguns. Outside of that, they didn't have anything as far as long guns. Now, pistols, they had a few in stock, but nobody could buy ammunition for those units, so nobody was buying those units. So they're just sort of at a standstill with what they had in that regard. At Walmart, they had the same situation. Before, I was seeing lots of shotgun shells, pretty much every gauge. This time I saw 1 box of 28 gauge, only 1 box, that's all I saw, and that's behind the glass and on the shelves. Both Academy and Walmart, they had maybe 2 or 3 pellet and or BB guns in stock. They were even almost sold out of those. Academy had 1 pellet rifle on the shelf, and the box looked to be a returned or a damaged box from shipping, and of course nobody was wanting that particular item. They did have a couple of options as far as pellets in stock, and that's my latest store updates on ammunition. I haven't heard a recent update on small independent retailers or dealers. I'll try to get that information on the next update. I spoke to a friend of mine who is really a big prepper, and he's saying 5.56 right now on average, if you can find it, is going for around $1 a round. Something to sort of benchmark on. I've not been shopping on some online fronts. You can comment and let us know what you are seeing on those platforms. But I would argue that if you do see it there, it is probably around $1 a round for 5.56. Other store shortages of note in regards to paper towels, I'm seeing those inventories being depleted. They have fewer options for paper towels. Usually they are smaller packs, usually 4 or 6 packs. The big, large bulk packs, I'm just not seeing that at all anymore. So that's a little troublesome. Also, as far as gloves, I'm not seeing any nitrile or latex gloves. I did see some vinyl gloves at Walmart. I did buy those because I'm almost out of my nitrile gloves. I use them for working on firearms and automobiles where we really need them, using chemicals and such. I'm not the one wearing them to the grocery store and pumping fuel, wasting them. So that's the main reason for the shortage there, I believe. And I mean, there are many conspiracies as to why we're continuing to see munition shortages. There's probably a combination of all of those conspiracies for the main issues. I mean, the manufacturers do have contract requirements that they have to hit before they can just sell to the average consumer. Something else of note, and this was in the comments, Al Wilson mentioned this, that we're, as the average consumer, we're competing with these store employees as well. So they have a network of friends that they get word out if they get stock in. And usually those individuals get the first grabs at that stock. And so maybe you might develop a relationship with an employee, and I'm sure they're getting a little bit of kickbacks as far as the information they're getting out. So maybe you can try that route to see if you can score any munitions. And I mean, they're also being watched by loss preventions at their given store, so it's a little touchy for them as well, whether or not they want to risk their job putting information out. And other things that I'm doing personally, I am conserving my munitions 100%, especially the hard to get cartridges. Now, if I want to do a little plinking with 22 LR, I have enough stock to where it's not too concerning for me. Also, 17 HMR is my main varmint and squirrel rifle, and I have a good stock of that, and that is something I have seen stock of. It's not something that's been too short, although this last trip I didn't see any of it. But I went squirrel hunting yesterday, as a matter of fact. I'm just being even more careful with my shot placement, trying not to waste not even a single shot of 17 HMR. I'm really practicing with my pellet rifle, and I saw that practice really show up yesterday when I was squirrel hunting with the 17. I mean, I hit 2 squirrels back to back with 2 shots at 50 yards, fairly free-handed or off-handed, and no follow-up shots. Both squirrels went down one after another. So I mean, I kind of shocked myself, but then I thought, well, wait a second, I've been practicing a lot with that pellet rifle, so maybe this practice is paying off. So that's what I would advise. Continue to practice with what you can, conserve the other short ammunitions. And also, something I noted with my 17 yesterday is when I went to load up the weapon, my bolt was stuck. Now, I'm always super detail oriented when it comes to cleaning, and I just cleaned this rifle last squirrel season, cleaned it well, put it up, but I've not checked it since then. And I had already started to see a little bit of surface rust, and the bolt was seized. So it took a second to unseize it, so I'm going to have to detail clean that. Probably going to put even more of an extra layer of oil on it to prevent that from happening in the future. So I encourage you to inspect what you have, deep clean it again, put a nice heavy coat of oil on it if you don't think you're going to be using it for some time. If you're going to take it out in the field, give it a good wipe down, because that oil will attract dirt and debris. Now, something else we need to talk about is inflation. Now, supposedly in the last year since this Rona has happened, that the U.S. government has printed approximately 20% of the total currency that has ever been in existence of the U.S. So there is absolutely going to be inflation. Some people are predicting 20 to 25% inflation. Question is, when is it going to start hitting us hard? A lot of people think middle of next year is where we're really going to start seeing it. So basically, you can just take the prices of things out there and add 20% to them. At a minimum, that's what people are predicting. There is consequences for printing money. Absolutely. So what can you do? I would say if you're sitting on a lot of cash, buy things that are going to hold their value. Brass is one of them. Seems to only be going up in value. Other things, real estate, people like different metals. There are a variety of things that you can buy, hard assets, real assets that hold their value. If you're holding a whole bunch of cash, you might want to rethink that. In regards to elections, if you have any runoff elections in your area, the great state of Georgia, we have a major runoff election. Not one, but 2 U.S. senators, Senate seats are up for grabs. And I think the main date for the runoff election is January 5th. I've already voted early, in person, not by absentee ballot. I encourage you, vote early, and vote in person wherever you are. These runoff elections are absolutely critical. I mean, we are teetering on balance in Congress, both the House and the Senate. We need your vote. The Second Amendment is up for grabs right now. Looking at some other comments, Brock commented, still seeing 7.62 by 39 and 45 ACP. Brock, where are you located? Where are you seeing that stock? I have not seen either of one of those. And some closing comments, get out and vote. Vote early. Take care of what you have. Inspect your equipment. Make sure it is clean and ready to go. Continue to use alternative training methods, pellet rifles, BB, airsoft, paintball. Use other forms of training to conserve your munitions. Very important. Comment down below. Let everyone know what you are seeing in your given area. And try to be as specific as you can to help us out. Not just ammunitions and firearm shortages, but other store shortages as well. Tap the thumbs up icon, the bell icon, subscribe to the channel, share this video, get the word out, and go vote. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.